Hello traders, and welcome to this week's episode of the weekly market breakdown presented by myself, Jim, owner and founder of App Big Pips Only. So one thing that I will put out, everybody loves the weekly market breakdowns, but I do receive some DMs as like, well, if this changes, again, this is pre-market analysis, okay? Depending on what happens in the market, any news that comes out, this is just based solely on technicals, and it can change, right? This is just me looking at the technicals of the market, and I would say this is probably valid for 24 hours, 24 to 36 hours after the market opens, okay? Everything can always change. Always follow price. Price will tell us what is happening. But this is just what I see based on a pre-market analysis, okay? So first and foremost, how we like to start all of these is by looking at the DXY, the US dollar index. So as you can see, we have been going down for some time, okay, making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, okay, lower lows. Now, what I would want to see in the market, okay, and you can see we had that drop, the pullback, most likely into our 61.8 and our 78.6 fib, okay, structurally broke the low, came up, pulled back. Again, that's probably a 38 retracement and continues down. Okay, so what I would like to see here on the DXY, and there can always be pullback, okay, a market could just drop, okay, but we could have pullback. As long as we stay below this level here, 9909, I will be short on the dollar. Okay, so that means anything opposed, so EU, GU, I most likely look for buys, and anything that begins with US dollar, so US dollar, Swiss franc, US dollar, Japanese yen, US dollar, Canadian dollar, okay, I will most likely be shorting those pairs. So look for some pullback, okay, and we would look for the dollar to continue. Now, if we come back down here and say this plays out perfectly, we come back down here and we fail to break the lows, that could set us up for a double bottom, okay, so that is a possibility as well. But until we break above 9909 and back above this institutional level as well, which would be breaking that, I will be short DXY, okay? So moving on. Like I said, short DXY, right? Pairs that begin with something else, right? End with USD, guess what? They're probably going to long. Okay, so as we see here, we have this market, right? We had a double bottom. There's our retracement. There's our continuation up. Some more retracement, continuation. So what we want to see, right? We want to see the market break above this level, okay? If the market can break above this level, we will wait for the retracement, the pullback, and we will look for continuation, okay? And this is if the DXY continues to fall. Now, if the DXY should reverse, what we will wait for, we will wait for a break of this low down here, okay? So a low of 6567 region, okay, 66. We will look for a break of that, and then upon the retracement, we will look to short down. Okay, and guess what that could be creating, right? If we fail to break above, we could be creating a double top here. Okay, after the break of the neckline, retracement, continuation down. So, Euro USD. Okay, same situation, right? We had a market that was sort of moving sideways for a while. Okay, if you remember, we had this sideways moving market here. Okay, we broke structure to the upside, retraced, boom, 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 right? That is up market structure. So same thing. We were actually in this trade, okay, and I even have them managed. That's where stops are currently, 109.898. Took 25% off, stops went break even, took 25% off, stops were in here, took another 25% off, stops are in here. Okay, so I would like to see it go a full standard deviation from where we entered, but we will wait and see. Okay, so again, if the US dollar is to continue to fall upon some retracement here, okay, we don't want it to really break this 4-hour this 4 hour over here, okay, or even over here. It could pull back and possibly all the way into here. But on pullback, okay, I really wouldn't want it to break below this though. So 109.531 would probably be my last line of defense, but I would look for shorts. If it breaks that, if we remain above, if the dollar index continues to fall, we will probably, and a possibility here, okay, is to see a retracement around the 110, right? The 110 price handle, and then price continue to push up. Okay, and like I said, if we break below these levels, upon the retracement back up, the retest most likely of the 110 region, I will look to short down. Okay. USD CAD will be the next pair that we are taking a look at. So USD CAD here, right? We have been going down for some time. We began to range here for a while, broke down. And as you see now, we are in an accumulation phase, right? We are sort of trapped in this box. Again, this is going to depend on the DXY, right? As you see here, we have a market that is in a downtrend, right? You're going down, retrace, breaks the lows, right? Retrace. Failing to break the lows or the highs, right? We're accumulating around the 1.375 price handle. Okay, now, depending on what the DXY does, guess what? The DXY shorts, right? And safe, if you're trapped in a range, you don't want to trade a range, right? You don't want to get stuck in the range because it could go either direction. So safety here, safety first. We will wait for a break above or below. And then upon the retracement, right, we will look to either long or short the USD Canadian dollar. Okay, and again, really is going to depend on what our DXY index decides to do for the week. But that is what we are looking for on USD CAD. So moving on to the next pair, okay, GBPJPY. So we had a market that was moving down, okay. And the market moving down, came back up, started to move sideways, falls, retrace, falls, fall, right? Begins to fall again. Okay, from 135 down to 129. Now, we know market structure, right? What is up? What is down? If you're going up, you're going to have higher highs, higher lows. If you're going down, you're going to have lower highs and lower lows. So we have a lower high, lower low. Price breaks that lower high, creating a higher high. Retracement, there's your entry. Breaks the high, retracement, there's your entry. Fails to break the high, double bottom, boom, bounces up. So what we will be looking for on this, and you could, if you like trend lines, I mean, you could even draw trend lines in here or whatever you need to feel comfortable. But what we will be looking for, and if you look to the left, I usually don't like to look left too terribly often, okay? But you can see price traveling in here, right? And you can see where price is, institutional level 132.5 to 133.75 really is that's about where we're going, 133.50. So about a 100 pip range here. But we're getting to these previous prices, okay? So depending, as you can see, we closed, we went above and we closed back into the institutional level, right? Really failing to break above it over here. But now we have a clear candle body above. So what I would most likely like to see, and I'll have to begin to draw these higher institutional levels up in here, hopefully for later on in the week, but we have a market structure that is going up. Okay, and I could see price, possibly even coming up back into the 135 region, 135 region, if we continue the way that we continue. Okay, so we sort of had this double bottom here in the market. So again, whenever price decides to stop moving up, it could be up here, it could stop now. We will look for some retracement. Okay, and then we will look for our continued buys up. Now, if and when price comes back below this level before it breaks above, so if we should come down to this level before, right, or if we should break this, right, upon retracement, then I would look to go ahead and short this market down. Okay, so if I had something like that. But until then, until we break these lows down here, as of current on the pre-market analysis, I will be bullish GBPJPY, and I will look for the market to come back onto this level somewhere in here. Okay, and we will look for further longs up. Okay. So moving on now, boom, boom, boom. The next pair that we're going to take a look at, one of my favorites, we're going to take a look at Goldilocks. So here on gold, right, we have a market that, as you can see, clearly moving down here, right? Lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, double top, lower low, right? So we have a market that is clearly going down, okay? And until over here, right, we had a lower high, price pushes up, does not break that lower high, but gives us an indication that there are now bulls in the market by creating a higher low. Boom, plows through, retracement off of the lower high, or the higher low, I'm sorry, to the higher high. Retracement. There was our entry in last week. Okay, you can see here was our actual entry. Okay, boom, boom. Okay, and we now have stops in here. Okay, so what I'd like to see on gold this week, right? Taking a look here, you might be able to get a little bit cleaner of a picture. Okay, but what we had, and let me go ahead and draw back out this trend line for us. Oh, there you go. All right, let's try to just clean up the chart just a tad. So what is happening, right? We've had a clear break in structure, a retest, a beautiful retest of that structure, and continuation up. So what I will do, I will be bullish on gold into the incoming week. Okay, I will remain bullish on gold. I have been bullish on gold really since 1700 when we saw price fail to break, big bullish back up. Okay, these were the safe entries. All right, but some of us got entries down towards the 1700 region. So I will be bullish on gold, right? You can fib. Wait for your retracement down as long as we do not break this level here, 111.5. I will remain bullish on gold, right? Look for retracement and then continuing longs up. Okay, so that is what I see on gold. Now, moving on to the next. Okay, we have GBPUSD. So a very, very similar situation to GBPJPY, right? If you look at GBPUSD and JPY, they have a major correlation, right? You could pull them up side by side. They look pretty freaking similar. Okay, very, very similar. So same thing as the JPY. We had a market that was pushing down, right? Well, actually, we had a market that was pushing up, moved sideways. Okay, broke structure to the downside here, retrace, continue, double bottom, begin to push back up, push back down, push back up, shorted back down, okay? And now as you see, right, again, you know the two up is what is up and what is down, right? If you're going down, you're creating lower highs, lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So here's the lower high, price broke, okay? Retracement, here was our entries, continuation, broke back above the high, creates a new higher high, retraces again, creates a new higher low, comes up, creates a new higher high. Okay, so as of current, my structural lows will be here. Okay, so I would like to see this continue to long. Okay, I would like to see a clear break above this institutional level though. okay? Because we could be also getting a double top. Again, depends on what the DXY is going to do. If it continues to fall, we should see a clean break above, a retest, and if you're not already in this, you can look for entries to long this, okay? Now, if it fails, if it falls, okay, I will wait for a clean break below these levels here and these levels here, right? I will wait for a clean break of that neckline, get in on the retracement, right? It'll break below, retrace. I will get in and continue down, okay, until structure breaks back the opposite direction. But until that happens, I will be bullish, okay? So we want to see price push up. We'll look to retrace and go again, right? Just based on pre-market analysis, okay? And the last one that the members of my group wanted me to go ahead and look at was Bitcoin. Okay, I haven't really done Bitcoin analysis in a while. If you have followed me, you know that Bitcoin analysis for me is bread and butter, right? Now, if you really want to be successful and make money with cryptos, you need to stick to the higher time frames, right? The daily, the weekly chart. Okay, that's just my own opinion. Okay, but you can see, right? And these are the moves that I called live on Instagram, right? Off of the daily chart, inverse head and shoulders. Okay, broke. If you didn't get in down here when I called it, right, on Instagram live on January 3rd at the 7,000 region and told you to buy it all the way up to 10,000, I'm so sorry, right? Head and shoulders completes. What do you expect? Some retracement, continuation, right? But daily structure broke, right? Finally broke to the downside, right? Boom, retracement, and then guess what? We then shorted it all the way back down. Instead of going up 3,000 pips, right? You were able to get in here at 9,900, so right around 10,000 region, and shorted all the way down to 3,000, 4,000. And that was based off of a weekly chart, right? That was based off of a weekly Fibonacci, okay? And for those of you who are like, well, I don't even think so, Jim. I don't believe it, right? You fib, boom, boom, okay? It was simple, nothing complicated about it. All right. Now, with Bitcoin, right, what we have now, we went down to those regions, right? Our weekly take profit levels were fulfilled. And then we saw this strong reversal up, okay? As you can see, we are still going up, okay? Like I said, if you really want to be successful with Bitcoin, you need to take it off of a higher time frame. Okay, so with that being said, I will be bullish, okay? And again, I'm going to wait if I'm looking to buy. I'm going to wait for an optimal entry, right? I would probably wait to see if price comes back down here for a double bottom, or I would look for price, to retrace before that, all right? But maybe even in this level here would be where I want to see price come, okay? Right, based off of this 4-hour sort of double bottom here, see some retracement and continuation. But if price breaks below this daily structural level, then I will change my bias and I will begin to short down. Because as you see, you've come up here to this daily level and it seems to be rejecting it, right? It seems to be respecting it. So we could see Bitcoin short, but to be safe, I am going to wait until structure breaks to the downside, right? Because as of right now, nothing is telling me, hey, you need to be shorting this. Yes, I see bearish sentiment and some bearish pressure because we're failing to break above the highs, right? In an uptrend, you want higher highs, higher low, right? Higher low, failed to break the high there, right? Boom, higher high, higher low, fails to break the high, higher low. And that's where we are now. So we are seeing some sort of bearish pressure, but I will still be bullish until that structure is broken to the downside. So that is what we will be monitoring in the group this week. Again, if you found this analysis helpful, please give us a like, comment, and subscribe so we can reach more traders and help more people with the free weekly market breakdown analysis. If you would like to learn more, go more in depth with myself and at Big Pips Only, you like what I'm giving out, follow the links in the description. There are links to the academy, we do now have a free Telegram chat where we share 1 to 2 trades a week. And of course, we have the paid chat, which receives 4 to 10 signals per week, a minimum of 1,000 to 2,000 pips per month. So if that's something you're interested in, joining the team, learning a little bit more about trading, learning about institutionalized trading, feel free to check out the links in the description. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful trading week.